guys. So, sourdough starter. You want to do equal parts flour, equal parts water. And if you're just starting out making a sourdough starter, you want to do like 30 grams of flour, 30 grams of water. The next day, you want to take a little bit of that out, do another 30 grams of flour, 30 grams of water, and you want to do that for about 7 days until your starter gets bubbly like this. I don't know if you can see that. There's like bubbles in the bottom of it. I'm probably too close. Anyway, I do it in a big container. And the reason I do that is because I use a lot of sourdough starter and I never seem to have enough. So I do like 2, maybe 3 times that, depending on what I'm going to be cooking. And I've tried a ton of different ways, but this way works the best for me. I'm at 6,500 feet. It's summer. Actually, I don't do anything different in the wintertime. I don't refrigerate my sourdough starter. I leave it on the counter. And it creates, I don't know if you can see this, but it creates this kind of hard shell. And that shell is what I pull off for my discard. I just take that out, throw it in the trash. I don't really have anything that I use my discard for. So, and it's a small amount of discard. And I guess the reason why I'm making this video is because everybody does this different. Everybody has their own way. And I love watching different videos and seeing how everybody does their starter, but I haven't seen any that do it the way I do it. So, scale. It's on grams. Put your container onto the scale, and it comes up to 982 grams because it's the whole container with the starter in there. Hit tare, and then add however much flour you want. I am going to do this a little on the heavy side because I've got some baking coming up. So that's 90 grams. That's probably about right. I was thinking 100. And then hit tare again and just pour in. I use warm water. Pour in 90 grams of water. And it is not an exact science. I have even seen people who, that was actually 92 grams. So it's a little heavy on water, which is fine. But I have seen people who don't measure. They just do it by feel, by texture. This jar has like a little thing on the bottom. So I try to get all of that mixed up as well. And I just mix it up really good with a spoon. But anyway, I've seen these people who make their sourdough starter and they don't measure it. They just do it by feel and by texture. I have tried that and I've actually had my starter go bad. So I've gone back to measuring. Obviously, I'm not too good at texture and feel. But that's kind of the texture that you're looking for. A little runny, little doughy. And then what I do is I cover this with a coffee filter and a rubber band. And I just leave it sitting on my counter. And I don't necessarily do it every day. Sometimes I do it once every other day. But for sure, I feed it every other day at the very least. I try to do it every day, and like I said, it just depends on how much baking I'm going to be doing or how much I'm going to be using it. By tomorrow, this will be probably all the way up to here. So that's why I use this tall container. I used to use a shorter container, and I found that the container, sometimes it would be so active that it would come out the top. And it would get my coffee filter all nasty, and I'd have to change that out again. So that's it. That's all I do for sourdough starter. And I will probably do a video on making a round loaf, a real basic loaf. I don't really do that too much anymore. I do like to do them and have them handy for peanut butter toast or whatever. It just kind of depends. Maybe like tuna and veggies, like a tuna sandwich. I'll use that kind of bread. But recently I found a video on a soft loaf of bread that I've been using, and I make 2 loaves at a time. And I'll probably do a video on that when I make more bread. And I'll leave a link to the woman who I got the recipe from. I don't know if she's on YouTube, but I did get it off the web, and I absolutely love the recipe, and I use it all the time. So that's it. Sourdough starter. Hope it helps. Hope you found it interesting. Bye.